So we are ready for a dynamic discussion with trailblazing CFOs as they reveal how sustainability fuels innovation, profits, and purpose in their industries. Buckle up for the insights that blend green strategies with business brilliance. Can we start with you, Kumar?
Yeah.
You're fine. So, you're steering the financial ship at Ceat. How have you harnessed the power of AI for cutting-edge digital tools to make ESG reporting less of a headache and more of a game changer?
First of all, AI application or usage cuts across various facets of the business. As far as ESG is concerned, how we use technology or how we use AI is that it starts from the fact that how to make a business sustainable, how to make sure that the governance process is best in class. Okay, how do you make relevance to the social aspects of it? Okay, so one of the areas with respect to sustainability, areas where how AI can play a role in the I work for Ceat. We manufacture largely tires. Okay, and two specific areas where AI plays a role. Okay, and we use AI in terms of ensuring ESG compliance, and we use AI a little less in terms of reporting. That is a reality. For example, for us to ours is a manufacturing industry. It consumes a lot of energy. Okay, it consumes raw materials. There are some wastages. AI plays a role in terms of reducing wastages. We decided to embark a journey called as Lighthouse, which is a recognition for using AI in the manufacturing process, and it is recognized by World Economic Forum. Every year there are only two tire factories who got Lighthouse recognition, and incidentally both of them are Ceat factories, one in Chennai and another Chennai this year in January, and a Halol factory near Baroda 2 years back, and no other tire factory in the world has got this recognition. So from our point of view, where we applied AI was, in the entire process of manufacturing. Okay, how do we make sure that the technology helps in terms of bringing down the energy consumption, bringing efficiency, and also ensuring we are able to use clean energy. For example, I'll make one thing very simple. For example, in utilities, one of the utilities is that compressed air. Okay, and it travels distance because it's required in multiple machines. We use AI technology to find out where are the leakages. We could identify about 135 small leakages, which otherwise it's very difficult to identify, and AI helped or technology helped. Similarly, in a manufacturing process, our wastages used to be as high as 4.2%. Okay, artificial intelligence combined with technology helped us to identify what are the areas where we could bring down the wastages, okay, and make sure that our business is sustainable. Similarly on power, similarly on various other areas. That's the way I would like to respond.
So I think we'll go to Bharat, Shree, Maheshwari now. At Nivea, you have turned sustainability into a secret weapon for standing out in a crowded market. Can you spill the beans on how you have woven eco-conscious strategies into your business model, not just to do good, but to win big?
Yes, thank you for having me here. So audience, I worked with Nivea for 12 years. So in 2017, when we started on this ECG agenda, our target was to go with net zero emission by 2045. And we had set a certain target by 2025. And the good part, like within the 6 years, by 2023, we received the AAA rating from CDR. CDR is actually a global carbon disclosure project, non-profit organizations, where every year more than 20,000 participants apply it for a triple rating, B, C they have. And in 2023 and 24, we received the triple rating. So I aligned with Mr. Kumar. He said how they help in, especially in the manufacturing part, logistic part, green logistics. In manufacturing, you have a water footprint reductions. So we did the similar things. Also innovation in packaging, held in reduction of raw material cost, SKU improvement, and also it helped indirectly in the brand loyalty improvement. Now my current venture, like I would like to highlight about the goPluto.ai is purely a AI project. So it is similar to how your life is changed from Google search to ChatGPT, where you get the personalized answer. Similarly, goPluto is similar, like LinkedIn is where you create a lot of network with noise, but goPluto give you a direct answer and it match you with professional people based on your intent and likeliness. In terms of ECG, especially in the AI sector, which is very new, the technology is very, very expensive. So when I started with my tech team discussion as a CFO or founder, definitely when I learned it is a lot many dollars company or you require a cost. And from, let's say, every token has a cost. So what is the cost, especially in the AI industry, is the token. How many times you put the prompt is the cost, and which is paid in dollar. There are different versions if you use the ChatGPT. So where we can reduce the e-waste, how we can reduce the, improve the user navigation and reduce the number of prompts. Yeah, so indirectly you save a lot of cost. You help in ECG also. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that insight. We'll go to Mr. Amit Nagpal, who is from Blue Tokai Coffee Roasters. So, Mr. Amit, Blue Tokai sustainability vibe is a magnet for coffee lovers and talents alike. Can you share a story of how your green initiatives have either lured top-notch talent to your team or cracked open exciting new markets for your brews?
Sure. Thanks, Palak. So just to give you a quick background, Blue Tokai is a high-growth D2C company, and we typically expand via retail format. And when I say retail format, we all know the key focus has been hiring. If you need to really expand across India at a faster pace, hiring is key. And it's not only hiring, it's attracting the right talent. So the critical part is, I would highlight a key word which we really believe while hiring people and even while working at Blue Tokai. Diversity in hiring and training is something which is super critical for us. And when I say that, it's not only about company getting people, it's also someone getting a first job of life. It's someone who is changing his livelihood, sitting in village, coming to a city, or even being in the city, getting his first job. We train them to a level that they have a full ladder to grow from there. So very high focus on training. Though it's an early stage for the company, but we have training centers across metro cities now. So I would say as a practice, training is something which we really focus, and that helps us really attract the talent across all cities.
Okay, so it's the stress on training of talent. That's how you develop. So to all the panelists, I would like them to give me one, give me an idea about what's the most surprising and game-changing benefit that your organization has unlocked by putting sustainability front and center.
See, in the past, ESG or sustainability was a good thing to do. So in the past, contributing to the society was a nice thing to do. Okay, today, sustainability is not or ESG is not a good thing to do. It is part and parcel of the business. If you try to drive sustainability in isolation in a business, okay, I don't know whether you'll get the results. If you try to make it part of the business agenda, okay, then the outcomes would be very different. Okay, so for example, in the past we used to call it as sustainability is like every year you contribute a CSR from external point of view. Okay, I go and say, look, I'm doing something good from sustainability point of view, provided it gives the business any benefits, or sometimes we used to say it's a good thing to do. Today, if you make it as part of the core, okay, and there are multiple business benefits.
But do you have to sell sustainability and ESG to your board members?
No, it actually the pressure is reverse. I'll give you one example. We started our journey with respect to clean energy. I'm giving clean energy as an example. Okay, and over the last 4 or 5 years, we invested a lot on rooftop solar. We invested a lot on group captive power, wind energy, and then we went and presented to the board saying, look, we have now reached a level of 42% of our power consumption, and ours is a power intensive industry. We have reached a level of 42% of clean energy consumption. The challenge from the board or the response from the board was not, oh, great work. That was, of course, they appreciated that, from almost under 5%, we have reached 42%. I think the challenge from the board was, okay, how do we reach 100? Okay, I know, in India, clean energy
is possible.
See, nothing is impossible. Honestly, nothing is impossible. In India, clean energy, we always identify with solar. Okay, and to some extent wind. Solar is available only during the daytime. Okay, and storage of or banking of power has not yet reached traction. Okay, it has not reached a business case level. So from that standpoint, most of the companies would try to get as much solar power subject to meeting the regulatory requirements, and would think, oh, closer to 50% could be an end point. But however, in reality, if challenges from board is that why not 100%? Okay, it makes you to think. It makes you to think. Okay, I'll quickly answer to your original question. Look, customers respect us if you are running a sustainable company. I'm building on the point, you can attract talent. Today, youngsters would like to work for a company, okay, which is very highly conscious with respect to what they do to the society, okay, and they would like to work for companies who are making a positive contribution, okay. So therefore, ability to attract talent, okay. Sometimes if you become the first one in the industry to get into some of the areas, you also get some benefit, okay. And many a time, if you go and tell your customers, for example, in a tire, I'll reduce the weight, but it'll improve the fuel economy for the vehicle. I think it's not only a sustainable related goal, but it is also helping the business of our customers. Okay, I can go on in terms of giving multiple examples. Its core, there are multiple ways in which you can make sustainability main part of the business for every function, every individual to drive them, and eventual benefit is a business.
Okay. So one story if you can give about.
Yeah, so like Kumar mentioned, so definitely, especially in FMCG side or retail side, it is always product innovations, a lot of ESG agenda helps in terms of improving the brand loyalty from the customer, attracting a lot of top talent because they are aligned with the purpose. But for board, definitely it is also important as a finance fraternity to reflect that data are visual in terms of the impact, and especially from the whether cost reduction or business acceleration, where the AI help to trace the real-time information on various parameters, whether it is the energy consumption or water footprint or supplier chain sustainability KPI. So that actually help improve the traceability or information transfer with the senior stakeholder internally also, and also with the investor. So I would say it is important to continuously reflect the information in a very crystallized manner. As a finance team, we did that. That helped to drive the sustainability agenda in the organization.
So, yeah.
So I think, Palak, you'll be surprised with the answer here. My one-word answer would be a customer repeat rate. You might be surprised why that, but give you a small example. We changed packing to completely a recyclable one. Few consumers would have understood that what direction we are taking, and few probably felt it's a unique and a premium product because it looks different and unique. So I feel I've clearly seen multiple examples where the customer repeat rate has really shot up because of the...
Is there any storytelling trick you have for that?
So a small one, we sell FMCG coffee beans, and we have a highest market share in the coffee bean category. And we shifted from normal packaging to a recyclable, which is more of a brown paper and is recyclable. So the initial feedbacks we got that the packing is great, it looks more premium. And the long journey was the repeat rate jumped from almost 45% to 60%. So I think it could be one-off fluke, but I clearly feel that customer respects if you follow sustainability principles, and half audience probably will realize what you're trying to do, half will take it as a unique product, and there's the benefits to the company for sure.
Okay, thank you. We can have questions from the audience, and then again we can go back to discussion if the time permits. Is there anyone who would like to ask any question to any of our three panelists? Otherwise, we can continue. Thank you. Mr. Kumar, so how have you cleverly sidestepped at Ceat to keep your green game very strong? Is there any pushback from, say, big shareholders or, I mean, on the cost side, or any of the pitfalls that you feel that, this is leading to a cost increase or something like that?
You would be surprised with the answer. When you interact with the investors, analysts, a lot of foreign institutional investors and foreign portfolio investors have also invested in the companies. Okay, if you go to some of the conferences, okay, these FIIs and FPIs only meet those organizations who are very high on ESG. Okay, they don't even meet companies who I'm sure they have some references based on which. So therefore, the respect that you get from investors and particularly institutional investors is very high. Okay, when you are running a part of the sustainable organization. Okay, one. So number two, so therefore there has never been a pushback from our side. But having said that, from practicality point of view, okay, we cannot go and say, look, my margins have dropped by 2%. Okay, because I've invested on sustainability. Okay, so therefore, it is about having a cake and eat it too, kind of an approach. How do you make a sustainable, a business compelling, business value creating kind of a story? Okay, so since you are asking him a story, I thought I'll tell a story. When we decided to invest in new capacities in Chennai, in Tamil Nadu government, one of the important points that we negotiated with them was that water, because water is not available so much in Chennai. And then we got into a good discussion whereby Tamil Nadu government agreed to send a recycled water with a dedicated water pipeline for 14 kilometers, which was a very important deliverable from our point of view. Okay, it's not because of cost. Of course, cost came down. Cost was better. But it helped in terms of getting water which otherwise would have gone into sea. It's a sustainable thing. Similarly, when we initially started investing on solar, on our ROI payback parameters, it was not meeting the business threshold. But however, we could find ways to make that happen. So it's all about a mindset. Okay, and we have hardly had any pushback from anybody saying, why do you want to invest? Why don't you give us more returns? We've never had that kind of a conversation.
Okay, that is great. So, Mr. Bharat Shree, can you explain people what is NextHumans and how you are blending sustainability with cold, hard financial results?
Okay, so I think there are three parts in sustainability. So we normally lot of focus on the environment side, and the two other components are people and economy. So the version of goPluto when we started is more focused on the people and the economy, because with the emergence of AI and lot of technology, it is creating more unrest in the humankind more than ever. And I read about Mr. Khosla also, where he talked about the utopia and dystopia of the AI in the future, and he has own version of world in 2050. From there, I inspired that I should create something which can help to ensure. In an earlier panel we talked about also the timely upscaling of the people, and that's the background where I thought whether I can allow people to timely upscale and upskill, and how I can allow people to have a more peaceful life and a respectful life and remain relevant in the long run. So the goPluto help people in terms of precision matching with the right kind of people and doing the rightly deals, or right time deals, whether it can be commercial transition, it can be career guidance, or it can be anything. So that's the thesis behind the goPluto.
Okay. Mr. Amit Nagpal, running a very sustainable coffee empire like Tokai sounds very dreamy, but can it be cheap? I mean,
you have to put this again.
I mean, what is the cost involved in, bringing that kind of sustainability goals, embedding it into your business? Is it a very high cost thing for a coffee chain, or?
It's a very relevant question. I'll take a minute to explain you about coffee and then answer this. Blue Tokai is a specialty coffee and it's really different than what is a commercial and mass product. For us, the brand is built on a thesis of sustainability, whether it's buying a coffee from the farmer to the way it's roasted to the way it's served to the consumer. It's make this space because of the focus on quality. So question is, can it be different than what it is? No. Is there additional cost to build the way it is? A substantial cost is there to build the way it is because it is a high product at a subsidized price to the market leader. So obviously there is an additional cost. How we offset it is a crucial question, and that is where the finance guy always challenge, because you can't play with brand thesis. That is how brand has been built. So what you do to play around is to offset by different ways, probably bringing automation in different ways, probably cutting down on the manning by automation, or bringing other ways or new channels of increasing the sales. Probably you find us across the channels today, Amazon, quick commerce, Zepto, and retail. So that was one way to diversify the additional cost by using a back-end synergy at all channels. So can't play with the quality, but has to be offset by other ways. So sustainability is built in the principles of the way brand is developed. So that way finance has to bind his hands and play around the other modes to ensure that profitability is coming out.
Thank you.